Congratulations, Deirdre. Teofredi now has a High Queen who will be strong enough to defend it. I hope you haven't forgotten the promise you made me.
Don't be afraid, Carance. I know the value of a promise, and I have not forgotten your help. But according to tradition, I must go and see Enon Milfrichteman on my own first. Meet me at the entrance to the sanctuary in 2 days, and I will get you inside. I will have had enough time to imbue myself with the strength of Teofredi.
Thank you, Deirdre. I'll be there.
I hope you have some cards or dice on you to pass the time, unless you'd rather go somewhere else.
There you are, Carance.
How was the encounter?
Good. Enon Milfrichteman has filled my heart with strength. As I expected, he warned me about the threat the Renaigse are posing for our island. But go. He is expecting you. Stay on the right-hand path and do not turn back. They say those who turn back awaken the guardians of the sanctuary.
Voy a grabar audio, pero no sé si escuchará tampoco. Esperemos que sí.
The child that was taken has returned, the flesh of my earth. You, by simply coming into being, have tangled the strings of destiny of all the other children. I am he they call en on mir Frichtinen. I have followed each of your steps since your arrival.
I hail you, Enon Mil Frichtemen. I have come to you to find a remedy.
A cure for the disease of a distant land. Her affliction was to be poisoned by her
eso también es
own
cierto.
children. Her veins rot in stagnant water. Her earth now bears poisoned fruit, and her children wither and die. And still it is those same children who can heal the lands, and with them heal themselves, if they only want it truly. They could be taught by my children, learn to give back in return, learn to heal. But for that, I must survive. I have seen by your side the shadow grow, taking form. Fed by the venom of intrigues from faraway lands, he spreads it today in my sap.
Pero tenía una cabeza en el árbol, la acabo de ver,
To
no me había
save
fijado.
his own life, he stole my strength.
No, no, estamos viendo la boca, pensé que sí.
Has driven him mad, because it is not made to be taken. He draws each day a little more from me, and threatens us all. His hunger has no limit.
I don't understand. Who are you talking about?
The one you call Constantine. You must stop him, or there will be no cure anymore for anything or anyone.
Ah, la agua que faltaba ahora.
That's impossible. How could that be?
You must leave now. Someone has followed your footsteps. Someone has entered here without invitation. My children are waking and tracking. They will attack all foreigners.
Igual.
Or you will be dead.
Sí, mejor nos vamos. Corre, corre, corre. Sí, mejor. Corre, yo tu madre.
I saw a Renaigse fleeing the sanctuary. The Monesenaig must have slipped past you. Enon Mil Frichtimen cannot have been pleased about it. Did he still give you the answers you were looking for?
Yes. He told me that the Malachor had appeared because of the way the colonials have treated the Earth. It's actually some kind of poisoning. And it would be possible to cure it, but I'm not sure that I understood how.
So, the Renaigse would be the cause of their own deaths. If they weren't on the verge of doing the same thing to our island, I would be applauding. In terms of the antidote, Enon Mil Frichtimen is often difficult to understand. Ask Adonegad.
Thank you, Dedra. I must dwell on it.
You look like you bit into a bitter fruit. Did you learn anything else?
Yes, but I would like to verify something before I tell you about it.
Fine. You know where to find me once you are done. Quawalam seg, Karants.
Goodbye.
Ay.
My dearest cousin, I'm so glad to see you. You are right on time. We have visitors, and your advice would be most welcome. Let me introduce you to the emissaries of the Bridge Alliance and the Coin Guard. Quite brazen, isn't it? That they would send us an emissary after having tried to assassinate me.
The commander must have a solid reason.
That's what I hope. Your Excellencies, we're listening.
San Matheus has been sustaining particularly violent assaults. Our soldiers are exhausted. Soon it will be the inhabitants who will pay the price.
And of course, it is on their behalf that you dare to come find me.
The commander was hoping that, in the face of such a threat, you would forget our past differences.
Oh, how sensitive of him.
Sire, Hikmet is under attack as well. We are almost certain that this is a new maneuver of the islanders. Governor Burren is hoping that you will accept to send him your cousin as well as some troops.
My heart truly bleeds at hearing such tales. However, the size of our troops has greatly reduced after the horrific attempt at a coup. Regarding sending my cousin, he's already very busy undertaking a mission of the utmost importance, without even mentioning the fact that what you describe fills me with fear for his life, which is most precious to me. No. I really don't see how I could be of assistance to you.
Constantine, we cannot remain deaf to the call of our allies. I'm sure I can find time to go and evaluate the situation.
I would love to accompany you, but my people are being wrongfully accused. I am certain of it, and I want to prove it.
Very well, my dear. You know I cannot refuse you anything. But remember how urgent it is for this antidote to be found. We're so close to it now.
Don't worry about it. You know how important this mission is to me.
Well, this audience is coming to an end. Your Excellencies, inform your governors of my cousin's arrival. I hope that you realize how grateful you should be to him.
And of course, you also have the gratitude of the Guard.
Vale.
Constantine.
My dear cousin, I'm always happy to see you. What news do you bring?
I finally managed to enter the sanctuary at the heart of the island, and I was able to talk with Enon Miel Frictamen.
How marvelous! Tell me about it.
The sanctuary is heavily protected. Only a High King can open it.
I remember you saying that Vimbar's death wasn't going to help us. How did you fix this problem?
I had to interfere in the natives' elections and earn the trust of the pretender who seemed to be the best choice.
You really are an outstanding diplomat. My father is an old, bitter man, but he was right about you. Tell me, who did you choose?
Deirdre, the queen of the village of Vedluk. She's quite the radical warrior, but she's a strong leader.
I'm certain that you have made the right choice. And then what did you do?
I was able to enter the sanctuary. It was an incredible experience.
It had to be. Oh, how I envy you. Entering the most secret places on this island, talking to a god. What does he look like? Is he some kind of very old and very powerful Donegad?
No. In fact, I spoke to an extremely large tree, as strange as it may sound.
Fascinating. And I thought that gods were always old, bearded men.
Esa es la idea que
Did
uno
he
tiene
tell you
mejor.
where the Malachor was coming from? Is it a curse that he cast upon the first settlers?
No. According to him, we are responsible for the emergence of the Malachor. By exploiting the Earth so much, we have poisoned it. And the disease has contaminated us through the water that we drink and the plants that we eat.
Strange, and yet it seems plausible. So, there wouldn't be an antidote?
He says that the Earth can be healed. that his children know how to do it. I suppose he was talking about the Donegada. He also said that by healing the earth, we would heal those who live on it.
This is a fascinating revelation. It won't be easy for our neighbors to accept it, however. I'm afraid that even my father might receive it with skepticism. Did he tell you anything else?
No se lo vaya a decir.
But it's true that the conversation ended abruptly. An intruder had managed to sneak into the sanctuary, and we had to flee to evade the wrath of its guardians.
An intruder, you say? Then I guess this sanctuary isn't that heavily protected. Your work really is exemplary. The entire continent should be thanking you. Is there anything you would like to tell me?
I must take my leave.
Take care, and come back soon.
Sir de Sade, I'm glad to see that our past differences have not prevented you from coming.
Your emissary informed us that your city is under attack.
Our city and our lands. Hordes of animals are attacking us relentlessly, and my men are exhausted. I received a message from one of our outposts. They say they can't hold out much longer. I am not a sentimental man. Deaths in combat aren't unusual. But I cannot accept that my men are being devoured by beasts which, as soon as they are killed, are replaced by more beasts. I want to know where this attack is coming from, who is leading it, and more importantly, I want it to stop. I'm counting on you for this, de Sade. They say you have a talent for investigations. Go to the East Outpost and help them hold it. Seeing reinforcements should raise their morale. The officer in charge will undoubtedly be able to tell you where these creatures come from, and how to find their source. I'm not really used to saying this, but we really need help. So, please?
How could I refuse in the face of such a diplomatic effort? I will depart right away, and I hope to make it there in time.
Thank you, de Sade. You are brave. Anything else?
I will leave you to your business.
Good.
You shouldn't stay here. We're sustaining terrible attacks. The animals appear to be crazy. They already killed several of my soldiers.
We're actually here to help you.
Are you the backup? We were starting to lose hope. I must admit I was praying for more soldiers, but any help is welcome. We're under attack every night, and we've already lost a lot of men. At this rate, we won't survive another night.
Don't worry. We will do everything in our power to make sure that you do.
You still have some time to prepare, before these beasts attack again. Or we could wait together until nightfall.
All right, let's wait.
Ready, weapons? There they are!
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! poison on my blade. Then let's... my blade. And let's go!
We have succeeded! Bravo, soldiers! You shouldn't stay here. We're sustaining terrible attack.
What happens to you, now that the Coin Guard has taken over San Matheus?
For us soldiers, nothing. The only thing that has anything... You shouldn't stay here. We're sustaining the animal. Thanks for your help. You are an extraordinary fighter. If it weren't for you, the outpost would have undoubtedly fallen tonight.
If these attacks are always this violent, even with our support, it won't hold much longer. We must uncover the origin of these attacks.
I've thought about it, and I sent a few men 2 days ago, in the hope that they would find out where the attacks came from. And first and foremost, why they are attacking. But I haven't heard from them since. I'm afraid I might have sent them to their death.
Could you at least tell me which way they went? I might be able to track them.
They followed a trail going north of a place the natives call the Woods of Lightning.
Thank you, officer. I will do everything in my power to find them. Until then, try to hold on.
You be careful. Goodbye.
I recognize this place. We aren't far from Vedlu. I hope it's just a coincidence.
You think Deirdre might be involved?
It would not surprise me in the least.
The soldiers' tracks lead to the northeast. We should follow if we want to find them.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! See if you can ward off this.
This man will die if we don't do something about it.
What happened? You saved me. Thank you. I'd be dead if it weren't for you.
Your officer sent us. He told us that you were looking for the origin of these attacks.
And we found it. We followed the beast's trail and it led us to a large glade east of here. You'll find raised stones there. The ones which are worshipped by the islanders. There was a creature there. A beast so large and so ferocious. I've never seen anything like it. That's what must have been attracting the animals. We wanted to kill it, but it prevailed. All my comrades fell in battle against it. I fled. I had to inform the lieutenant.
And you were right. Don't worry, we'll take care of it now.
We took some notes, and we drew a map as we progressed. It may be of use to you. Everything is in that chest over there. Here, take the key.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! See if you can ward off this fate! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Armor will no longer protect you! The wounded! See if you can ward off this fate! The armor will no longer protect you! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! The armor will no longer protect you! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! I need healing!
It was this creature who was leading the animals. It looks like a guardian, but its skin is strange, covered with ulcers, as if it was sick. That could explain its change in behavior, but not the intelligence with which these attacks were led.
Creo que estoy hasta tiritando mucho más. No quería hablar. Vale. Joder, macho, qué difícil. Yo no sé si o lo estaba haciendo mal o no entendí el concepto de la pelea, pero... Madre mía, Willy, madre mía. Estará por aquí. Si nos vamos directo. Pensé que no lo iba a poder hacer. Joder, mano. ¿Cuántas veces habré intentado matarlo?
Commander.
Desarde, to what do I owe this visit? You're back, and I hear that the attacks are over. You do have a gift. How are my men doing? Who's behind all this?
The outpost sustained an assault, but most of your men survived. Alas, except for those your officer sent to discover the source of the attacks.
They shall be honored, posthumously, if it is thanks to them that you stop this.
It is so. By following their tracks, I discovered the creature who was leading the animals. It resembled a Nardaig Meneman, a guardian of the mountains.
So the natives are behind this?
I doubt it. The creature seemed sick, as if it had been driven mad with rage. The natives respect their guardians too much to do such a thing. No. There is someone else behind these attacks, but for now, I don't know who it is.
Find out who, and I will have the pleasure of hanging them myself. Thank you, Desarde. I truly regret my past actions against you and your cousin. Anything else?
I will leave you to your business.
Good.
Vale. Bueno, equipo, entonces lo dejamos por aquí. En el siguiente vamos a Kicket a ver qué podemos hacer. Seguramente hacer algo similar, así que